everybody, and welcome to the Nerdy Economist Show today. This is a break from the wrestling series I'm doing with Robert, the Main Factor Divine. If you've been listening, or if you didn't know about it, go on iTunes and you can find the podcast that I've done, or the nerdyeconomist.com or iTunes, just Nerdy Economist on iTunes. And you can find the podcast that me and Robert Divine have done on the WWE Live experience and on the CM Punk situation. And then tomorrow we're releasing one on the WWE Network. And the day after that, we're releasing one on the Yes Movement. The day after that, we're releasing a Robert Tells All about what goes on behind the scenes of a wrestling show. And that one's definitely worth the wait. Very informal, informational. So please check those out. And also, when I did my podcast about Batman vs Superman Complete Breakdown a couple days ago with David Wallace, we discussed the May 6th date. Now, for those who don't know, Batman vs Superman was originally supposed to come out in 2015, but Warner Brothers and DC came out and said, look, we're not going to be ready by then. Let's push it back a year to May 6, 2016. And already occupying that date was an unnamed Marvel film. Now, we touched on this, and the rumor at the time was Doctor Strange, and, we played, What If. Well, now it seems the new rumor, and this has been kind of confirmed by several, heavy sites such as Forbes and Variety, AMC Movie Talk has mentioned it. John Campea has talked about it, and they are going against Batman vs Superman. Will be opening against, as it stands now, Captain America 3. First off, Captain America. Captain America 2 doesn't come out for another, 2, 3, it doesn't come out till the beginning of April. So we still got a couple weeks. And this movie is so good. All the lucky duckies that got to see it, ahead of time, they've been ranting and raving about how awesome this movie is. And, people say it may be better than the Avengers. People say this is the best. Captain America 2 is the best Marvel film yet. By far the best Phase 2 film. And Iron Man 3 and Thor is pretty darn good. But, not only, so far, the critics' opinions, or they love it, but Kevin Feige, the president of production at Marvel and Disney, they love it as well. Because before anybody saw it, they already hired the Russo brothers to start writing Captain America 3. Now, before the public can tell you if they like it or not, and you like it so much that you go ahead and get the same people that wrote Captain America 2 to do Captain America 3, and that's a signal it's a pretty darn good movie. So, with that out the way, Captain America 3, given all what I just said about Captain America 2 holds up, and it's really good, and, arguably one of the best Avenger, movies in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Then 3 would be, the capstone, the finale of the Captain America series that, just everybody loves and great, versus Batman versus Superman. Of course, Batman vs Superman is following Man of Steel, which was good, but it is nowhere near Captain America 2 good. But, I guess Captain America 2 is yet to be determined because not everybody's seen it. But, so we have this date, May 6, 2016. And Marvel, like I said earlier, Marvel was there first, and Warner Bros. And DC pushed Batman vs Superman back to this day. So in this day, for a fan, a movie fan, a superhero fan, comic book fan, arguably you have the three most popular superheroes around the world. Arguably the top two, 1A, 1B, you fill it in, but Batman vs Superman interchangeable in those, 1A, 1B. I mean, they by they're by far the most popular superheroes, and they're in the same movie, so that definitely brings some interest and draw power. I think Captain America arguably is probably one of the most influential and popular Marvel characters. I mean, of course, you'll have Wolverine is pretty big. Spider-Man's big, but Captain America is maybe bigger than all of them. So arguably, I mean, without a doubt, you have the top two superheroes in the comic book world, and then arguably you have the third most popular facing off in the same weekend. And as movie fans, great weekend. Friday you go see one, Saturday see the other, Sunday, double feature or see the one you like most. So definitely, as fans, it's awesome. But for a movie studio, it's not so well. Now, of course, Marvel, of course, the perception is, Marvel versus DC, who's going to win? They're going head to head. Well, it's kind of a dumb competition, if you ask me. You don't want to go head to. Neither Marvel nor DC wants to go head to head with each other. That's just stupid because, conceivably, everybody that sits through Captain America 3 and everybody that sits through Batman vs Superman is lost profit for both, for Marvel and DC. You want to open up when there's not hardly. Well, you don't want to open up against Captain America 3 or Batman vs Superman. You want to open up at least three to four weeks before or after the other one, because the first week, that's when you make all your money, and depending on some back end deals you have with the studios, like Star Wars Episode 2, The Attack of the Clones, got 100% of the box office first week. And and if you open up not against Batman, let's be Captain America, let's be Marvel. You open up not against Batman vs Superman, then you're probably doubling what you make, because you don't have that competition. So if Batman vs Superman doesn't budge, then you're eventually gonna have to budge. I mean, by far you're gonna have the most solid movie, because Marvel has proven that their movies are just going to be solid. And definitely in the Captain America franchise, where both movies have been completely solid, you're gonna have the better movie. So open up a month later or a month earlier, so you could make more money, because the first week, that's when you're gonna bring in a lot of your money. And the second week, you're still gonna do good. And third week, you'll still be number one. And then running into the end of the third week, beginning of the fourth week, you start tapering off, you start capping off somewhere, and you start decreasing more and more, and you kind of become, the third, fourth, fifth, and sixth in the box office after the first month. So definitely open up at least, I would say, at least a month before or after Batman vs Superman, just so you can get your money, man. That's all. That's all movie studios want. They don't want to make a good film. They want money. And, making a good film is just added bonus. So Marvel definitely has the flexibility to move up a month or move back a month. However, DC does not have that flexibility. I mean, just like now we're going to be in the, DC side. I'll run DC in Warner Brothers. And, I don't want to go head to head with Marvel, because I already know they're going to have a better film. And I'm sitting here with this train wreck already, with questionable casting decisions. Public opinion, public perception of this movie is not very good right now. I mean, we don't know anything about the movie, but, with various casting situations and moving the date back a year, people have kind of lost faith in the movie. And of course, they'll build it back up when the first trailer hits and when they start releasing or like, photos leak and stuff. But Warner Brothers and DC, they do not have the luxury of moving back. They need to move. If they were to move, they need to move forward. If they move back, then that's just, you're like, well, geez, man, y'all keep moving back, moving back, moving back. And there would definitely be loss of faith, loss of interest. I mean, of course, it's still going to draw a lot of money, but I think it could draw more money if it would move up a month versus, if it would move up a month instead of moving back a month, if Marvel doesn't move. Now, of course, one of these movies are going to move. These studios aren't stupid. Head to head, at the box office, depending on how well Captain America 2 is and how awesome Avengers 2 is, I can't really tell you anything. We don't really know anything about Batman vs. Superman. But I think Captain America 3 is going to be the better movie. And I think Captain America 3 will probably do better than Batman vs. Superman. And with Warner Brothers, again, this cinematic universe started for Warner Brothers with this cornerstone of a movie, Batman vs. Superman. You don't want to go head to head Marvel and lose. You just don't. I mean, you don't have the luxury that Marvel and Disney have because, they've been doing this since 2008 and they've been, consistently good since 2008. I mean, Iron Man 2 was kind of, a lot of people didn't like that, so, there's been a bad movie or two in the shared universe of Marvel, but for the most part, completely solid. But yeah, DC, you don't want to go against Batman vs Superman, or you don't want to go against Captain America 3. And Marvel, they don't want to go against Batman vs Superman. They don't want to put their flagship, literally their flagship movie, Captain America, against their flagship property, Captain America, against Batman Superman. And Batman Superman ends up beating them in the box office because then the public opinion becomes Bruce Wayne and Clark Kent knock out Steve Rogers, But for both of them, to maximize their profits, that's what they're doing here. They want to maximize profits. And so to maximize profits, you don't go head to head. You at least open up 3 to 4 weeks before the other movie does. In every market. Because there's so much money out in the global market, it's not even fun. I mean, America's only a third. North America is only a third of the movie's profits versus the global international profits. So in every market, open up way before the other. Definitely, Marvel has the Marvel has the ability to move Captain America up or back a month or however long. But DC only has luxury of moving up a few months, up a month, up a few weeks. They can't move back. Moving back's just going to be even worse for them. But it'd be interesting to see. And if they do open up, I think if they do open up against each other, I think Captain America 3 will definitely I think it's going to be the better movie. And I think it'll probably win the box office because there's more to go on with Captain America. The audiences are more familiar with this Captain America versus that Batman as Superman. Nobody knows Ben Affleck as Batman yet. Nobody knows what that looks like. Nobody knows if that's good. Everybody knows this Captain America we have is good. And if Captain America 2 is as good as people say it is, and Avengers 2 is just awesome, Warner Brothers stands no chance. But I definitely, wherever you listen to this, tweet me your opinion at the Nerdy Econ, or go to nerdyeconomist.com and leave a comment about your opinion, and let me know what you guys think. Let me know who you guys think would win head to head. and why. And if you don't agree with me, that's completely cool because even I don't agree with me sometimes. But that's another story for another day. But thank you guys for joining me. Be on the lookout for those other podcasts sprinkling in throughout the next few mornings on wrestling for all you wrestling fans. And have a great day, everybody, and stay nerdy. Bye bye.